Hello again, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott for a second try tonight. I think I got the audio worked out, figured out my technical difficulties, user error. So there was a few people: Queen of Swords, Rebecca Joe, Quantum Epic, 1-800 Murder, Wolf Lady. Thank you. You guys were already there for me. And here again, I see other folks starting to show up already. Jessica Jane, thank you again. God bless. Our poll, live without sound. That's what you're not going to be a very good broadcaster if no one can hear what you're going to say, right? There we go. I think the gremlins are done for the evening. So I've already pinned the link in the chat for those who do want to join. Shortly before coming here, I was spending briefly a little bit of time on the Proper Instruction Motivates People platform with Paul Unslaved. But, well, I admitted it there earlier. Today, the energies, again, I was a little unmotivated, wondering what is the best choice for me to do. How should I flow? Which way do I go? What's the best direction to pursue? And someone said something to me the other day that I felt was real encouraging, to be honest. They said, if there's one person who shows, because I'm showing up and sharing some encouragement or inspiration, some different perspectives, if one person feels a little better, then, well, golly geez, that's why God awoke me today. And I won't know if I'm able to help or offer any value if I don't really interact with people. So here I am, hoping to offer some value again. Because my time when I'm not here talking, my time is usually very, very peaceful. Lots of time alone. Very modest life. Back with sound. Amen. Yes. I live a very modest and peaceful life when I'm not doing this stuff. And with lots of time for myself, I hear the birds singing. We just had a storm come through today, and so it's that freshness of right after the rain. The birds are just singing in the background. See, the time the time spent in peaceful states of being in the moment, time spent like that allows your mind to really kind of drift into some beautiful thoughts, at least in my experience. But I always kind of direct my thoughts towards God. It's just, I heard this described recently regarding science, the division between the church and science in the past. It really did. It was a functional change in the mindset of the collective, in the way that people looked at each other. Quantum, I don't believe I have. I will double check in a little bit, but I don't believe I have seen an email from you. So when science drifted and pushed away from, actually, you know what? I'm going to come to this, materialism versus mystical, because Mr. Unslavius has just arrived. Which I really don't understand why. So we're going to have a polite conversation. Welcome, brother.
How are you, Jack?
Fabulous.
Right. So you were just speaking on experiencing states of peaceful empowerment.
Yeah.
Which I support that, and I think there's a lot of value there. If we can't bring that state to our life and respond to life on life's terms with that state of beingness, what good is it? We'd have to be alone all the time in order to experience it.
What is your point?
I think I just made it, that you just showed on my broadcast that as soon as you didn't hear or feel something you liked, you exited the space of peaceful empowerment and exited the physical space of the broadcast.
Nope, not true. What you said is, I have nothing to offer you.
I didn't say that.
That you have, well, here.
Played the game right. Who can remain the most calm in this moment? I just did an hour with you right here, speaking face to face, and you're delusional.
Not delusional. That was a false accusation, a false claim, but that's not the point.
How could we prove that or disprove that?
Well, right. I'm happy to discuss it. We could actually, do you want to start there? Do you want to start
within this discussion? Within this discussion,
context of what you just heard, do you want to explain your definition of delusional?
Sure. And let's also be clear that within this discussion, a few moments prior, you gave the caveat that you may be delusional. So you can't say you may be delusional.
Stop deflecting within the context of your words. So, okay, so you're claiming, regardless. Let's continue.
Oh, no, why would anyone listen to you who has better results than you?
Why would anyone listen to you who has better results than you, and you see no good results in me?
Tell them to do it.
Hey, Paul, can we come to the present? Okay.
We are. What would compare?
See, in the present, as man to man, you don't hold fucking jurisdiction over me with a requirement that I produce some sort of results to you in order to be able to speak what I fucking know, Paul.
And I didn't say that you did have to produce any results to speak what you know.
Doing, Paul,
what I said was to compel.
Right here.
To compel
me to listen to how you live and embody that when my results are better in all areas than yours.
Your results are better in all areas than mine. And so because of that, well, obviously you have nothing to hear from me.
Right.
You have nothing to hear from me. So why are you here?
I don't understand. If the perspective in that conversation is I have better results and I believe you could attain that through taking in a new information, which you refuse to, I then can't come here to be part of the conversation you're having here because you ran from that conversation?
Hey, Paul, you think your results with relationships is better than me?
Absolutely.
You think you get along with people better
Absolutely.
than me? All right. Tell you what, you're going to continue believing you're better than me until you open your fucking eyes. And, you know, Paul, please continue on. Let's part ways for today. You can go restream from fucking somewhere else, or you can find someone else to gossip about and complain about, because I am sick and tired of you trying to place yourself up above me and everybody else. I see so many others wanting to bow to your gaslighting to seek your fucking approval and your attention. I don't need it. You've given me attention. You've done what you've done, and I'm sick of inflating your ego. I tell you what, Paul, this is the last chance. Can we have civil discussions without you?
I thought that we were. I wasn't threatening you. I wasn't cursing and yelling at you. I'm giving you my perspective out of care, even if it is upsetting to you, because I believe that this is a common theme that you're experiencing and it's generating common results.
Hey, Paul, actually, I'm going to agree with you. It is a common theme. And I have asked you and others, please break the patterns of your behavior. Please stop repeating the same.
You can't ask everybody who you interact with to be someone different because your version of you is not compatible with them.
Hey, Paul, I most certainly can, because what I'm telling people is to become more kind, to become more encouraging, more positive, more accepting, more loving. I'm suggesting people stop this bullshit competition, right? It's this egoic competition that Mr. Paul Unslaves preaches and promotes. You know, this individualist mindset that wants to keep the slaves fighted and afraid. And oh my God, can't work with somebody else. I can't work with somebody else. I'm better than them. Paul, you're such a hypocrite, dude. I mean, here, actually, let's have some. I don't like doing this gossiping and bullshit. Brothers and sisters, you guys are the reason I'm here. So let me check the chat. To those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, you are delusional. Based upon the conceptuals, you know, the standards of today where everyone's egoic, right? Everyone has to be. No, I am not delusional because I humble myself to the truth. I don't argue to be right. I've been wasting much of my time for the entertaining arguments, the arguments that others find entertaining, like Paul. He's learned how to make a living on it. It's a sign of the diseased world we live in, as far as I'm concerned. Stop being so silly. Take a step back and reflect for a while. Reflect on what? That was weak as fuck. I should have looked sooner. I don't know what this is relevant for. The angry child who the angry child who has tantrums, that's fucking Paul Unslaved. You guys, you and Calvin, you're one of his fucking cult members. It's just, you guys are so far up. You're part of his problem. I've told Paul politely, he is self-sabotaging himself. He is holding space for people who want to hold him back. SJ, brother, it's great to see you.
Hello, Jack. How you doing today? Can you hear me all right?
You sound wonderful.
Awesome. Hello, Jack's community. Welcome. How you guys doing? How are you doing, Jack?
You know what? I allowed my energies to get a little frustrated, and yours have already brought some grounding for me. Thank you.
Right. And did you eat today, bro? Because last time I asked you, you didn't eat.
Yes. Actually, I did.
What did you eat, Jack?
I don't like to admit it because today was.
Oh, you ate some crap? You cheated?
Yep. I ate some of those processed plant burgers.
Oh my gosh! How dare you? That's even worse than a regular burger, bro.
It could be. It really could be.
All right, you ate something. All right. Well, you're gonna have some plant protein farts. That's gonna be hilarious. All right. So, Jack, I noticed you went live. What happened earlier? What happened? Let us know. We're all curious.
With the first attempt, I tried fixing my mic stand so it wasn't so floaty, and then just messed it up. I had the connection not right. It was muted.
All right. And then what? It was muted. It happens. So, what was the purpose of this live stream? Because I know it wasn't to talk circles with Paul. I know there was another purpose to it. Did you have a message you want to talk about? Did you have a topic?
Thank you. Yeah, it was. Well, admittedly, part of it today was, as Paul does promote, the act of service and commitment. That there have been new subscribers. There's been more people tuning in and offering encouragement. So it sounds like some of the things I'm offering are helpful.
Oh, of course.
So today,
yeah, no doubt.
Today is just to try and offer some things that I found helpful. Oh, which brings me back on track. There's a short clip I want to share.
Please do.
Okay. Thank you. This guy, Rusty Eyeball, is he's
what a great name.
He really is. His name's Sean Borland. He goes by Rusty Eyeball on TikTok, and I don't follow TikTok, but apparently he's got a pretty good following there. And this is just 5 minutes, but he drops some wisdom and, well, yeah, we'll let him say his things.
Life is mostly mediocre moments in the middle ground, but what we tend to remember are the really fucking great and really fucking awful times. But we're mostly in the middle of the road, just grinding, putting one foot in front of the other because it's what we think we're supposed to be doing, and it's what everybody else is fucking doing. And we silently stew in the mundanity of it all, waiting for the next exaltation or the next panic attack and romanticizing about how much better life was back then or would be under such and such a condition, so forth and so fucking on. But guess what? Hidden within every mundane moment is something that's fucking extraordinary, and you have direct access to it. Consider this. If we made a salty mud ball and suspended it in like a terrarium or some shit, in which was simply a cold and hostile void, and we had a lamp on a string shining onto our mud ball while spinning around the motherfucker and did that for 4.5 billion years, what would that mud ball do? Our salty mud ball called Earth peopled. What the fuck? What would our mud ball do, if anything? It just seems unlikely that a mud ball would produce little meat bits that are conscious. That's the point. It's just all about perspective, people. According to the Drake equation, 1 in a million stars have a planet orbiting it. 1 in a million of those might have the right combination of temperatures, chemicals, liquids, day and night cycles to support any kind of life we can conceive of. But fuck all that. The fact that in the creation of the universe, everything lined up with such impossibly thin margins, like the strong and weak nuclear forces and all the other fucking physical properties, that they would line up to actually have a universe of matter is 1 in 1 with 229 zeros behind it. What the fuck? If you look at the math, it seems somehow contrived. I mean, the likelihood that organic molecules would form as they did are the same odds of a tornado hitting a junkyard and creating a fully functional rocket ship shaped like a dick that could fucking be driven into space. The likelihood of you being...
Hey, yes.
Yeah. Can you pause it for a second? So
yes.
I heard every 2 minutes you should pause it for copyright safety.
Oh, hey, thank you, man.
You're at 149 right now. So I was like, hold on. Let's go.
Hey, SJ, thank you. I'm sharing this because I find value in this. I think this guy, he's got a really deep philosophical mind, and he offers a lot of encouragement and inspiration. What do you think of this message? I mean, the likelihood of life, it really does defy the odds. And then when you look into the math, into the statistical possibilities of me being you and you being you, right? Between the chances of our parents meeting, falling in love, successfully procreating, and then add those odds backwards, it's like, it really is mind-blowing.
Oh, once you start appreciating that and how precious your actual life is and how much you should take care of yourself because you're that precious, it changes. Like it changes. It might change slowly. It might improve one little atom at a time, but at least it's moving in the right direction to better yourself. So it's going to take time, but trust me, it's in the right direction. But yeah, I can't wait for you to continue this video.
Amen. Well, this is the point he's getting across in his way.
You is incalculable, and The likelihood of you knowing you're you, I mean, come on. Hot stardust cooled and clumped and eventually became people-shaped electrified meat golems that go through life. Woe is meing because they cannot conceive of an infinite and impossible daisy chain of events. An entire cosmic conspiracy that has led directly to this moment and to you, an aperture through which the universe can experience and know itself. I'm not trying to give you a fucking science lesson. I'm not a scientist. This is about something science doesn't understand. That's why it's called the hard problem of science, fucking consciousness. Our greatest minds, neurosurgeons, psychologists, whoever, no one knows what the fuck it is really. But guess what? Everyone knows what.
Oh, doggone it. Yes, he gets into this. We know consciousness. It is something I never really thought about. But just the fact that we do have the awareness to be aware, that in itself, it's so easily overlooked. But yeah. Whoops, what happened?
What it is, just whoever, no one knows what the fuck it is really. But guess what? Everyone knows what it is without even fucking knowing they know, because it's both hijacked by thoughts and mental events and is perceived as a one-way flow.
Amy.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
What's going on, Simple Jack? Yeah, I just want to offer my commentary. This guy's a complete hipster douche. All right, continue it.
Why do you say that?
I don't know, just something about the arrogant presentment, something about the goofy eyebrow and beard hairstylings, something about the generalized platitudes that lead to no action space. Just more typical pseudo life coach online metaversal bullshit.
Wow.
He's not done yet. He's not done yet.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, fuck. You can't find anything good in anybody but yourself, huh? You and your enablers. Hey, there's a red pill slave in the back here. I'm not. Can you show who you are?
Did you call me a red pill slave?
No. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Welcome. Hey, welcome, Flo. No, there was
Mom told you to stay out of my room. Talcott is on right now. He replaced Tucker Carlson, for fuck's sake.
Hey, did you guys have anything regarding what we're showing, or can I come back to the video for a little bit?
No, you can come back to the video. I mostly wanted to pop in and ask how your tomato plants are.
I think the starters are maybe still at the nursery, still at the store.
Okay.
I haven't got them to the property yet.
You said the starter, and I was thinking, like, what are the spark plugs bad on it?
No,
Go out after today's show. Go outside, see what the grass feels like, and go get your starters.
Well, actually, part of the reason I did this is because the rain moved in. Today, Wednesday afternoon is my favorite farmer's market here in Spokane. So I can actually go get some pretty cool heirloom starters and there's some cool things I could do. Lots of options are available. But
so there's a plan.
I've not planted my plants yet, Flo.
Right on. So yeah, we can carry on with the video.
I thought tomato was code word for weed.
No, he lives in Washington. He doesn't need a code word.
Yeah.
And I never liked weed, anyways.
All right. Here.
I am
Whoops.
aware of thoughts and mental events and is perceived as a one-way flow. I am aware of that. The experiential truth of what we are is an awareness without the of, like the infinite emptiness of space allows there to be matter, planets and stars, etc. The empty, wakeful vastness of our primordial mind allows for thoughts and mental events.
So we are the awareness, just like the space allows the infinite form. Our awareness allows the infiniteness of thoughts and memory and imagination. And it's real easy for us to get lost in there. Paul, if you've just got more negativity.
No, this isn't negative. I'm just going to bring up a fact that Flow State put on the record last night that he enjoys getting pegged.
So an irrelevant thought that brings no value other than your selfish ego.
I think it was more like a desire than a thought.
Fair enough.
All right, let me lead with this intention. It's not my intention at all to troll, okay? But ever since I've been watching you on Paul's panel, I've always wondered what stick of deodorant do you use?
That's a bizarre. That's a very bizarre wonder, considering the things that I've actually
I've just
said.
always wondered what you smell like, man.
Can we all answer?
Recently, it's actually Arm and Hammer without the aluminum.
Does it make you feel stronger?
He's trying to get that. Yeah. You're taking care of yourself, Jack. No aluminum.
I use the Arm and Hammer toothpaste with the peroxide in it. It works great.
I noticed that your breath was minty fresh, so it must be good.
I don't believe you there. COVID-19.
I'm growing less comfortable with.
Yeah, there's two shows here. I'm trying to put you back on track of what you want to do. That's funny, Jack.
Thank you. Let's go back to extraordinary mundanity. That's kind of the point he's getting to eventually, the mundanity of life.
No, it's pretty amazing how you can get lost with so many ideas out there. I mean, for example, there is definitely a group of people who think they're the opposite sex, and that's okay. I'm not saying who. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Just wanted to recommend
every man, Jack. Are you serious?
My favorite deodorant, and it was inspired by Jack Talcott. So if I'm not in a Jack Talcott mood, then I'll wear my Bulldog skincare for men.
Jack should get some royalties for that deodorant, dude. I'm just saying.
Nice cedarwood and patchouli in there, which everybody likes cedarwood and patchouli, right? And then if you're looking,
I don't even know what a patchouli is.
And then this is my toothpaste. It's this fresh mint, cruelty-free, GMO-free, paraben, sulfate-free, fluoride-free. So I'm not making myself any more lower IQ than I already am. Yeah, I just figured if we're sharing deodorants and toothpaste, I might as well join in.
Nice contributions.
You gotta share, bro. You gotta share. Who would have known?
Yeah, but you should try this one, Jack. Every man, Jack. I mean, that's definitely.
I would. I have not seen it on the shelves.
But it's cedarwood too, so it smells so good.
It's at Target. You can get it at Target, bro.
The ladies will love it. It's aluminum free, so you don't have to worry about aluminum.
Those single moms at Target are hungry. Watch out, Jack.
It's naturally derived, aluminum free, cruelty free, gluten free, vegan, and please recycle it.
Yeah, you got links to share too?
You can Google it, right? Just Google
it. Amazon.
Let's go back to consciousness and thought. Thank you, Dick.
And the egoic structure that convinces itself it's a thing separate from objects of awareness. I hope this cracks your paradigm a little, or that you find something else that does. The physical universe is laden with an infinite amount of rabbit holes of thought and speculation to explore. A never-ending labyrinth of entertainment, mystery, excitement, frustration, and woe. But the substratum of thought, the inner universe, when perceived directly, unpolluted by the thought process, is the most amazing thing of all. And you are experiencing that every fucking moment without even realizing it, because it's too damn close, closer than close. You first find it through a glimpse behind thought. And if you haven't had one, I assure you that if you aim yourself towards that ineffable truth, you fucking will. But thoughts are assholes, and they will co-opt your glimpse just to reinforce itself, to add layers onto what it inherently knows is a bubble filled with emptiness, a temporary, fragile, electric skin of thought that must eventually pop. I suppose that death is an inevitable pop.
The ego is a bubble of thought. It's an image we create for ourselves, and we'll fucking fight each other over this thought of ourselves That's a pattern.
What was that?
You know, the only thing killing it for me is the music behind it is kind of corny.
No, it's this dude's eyebrows. I can't fucking handle those eyebrow points right there.
I don't
He
care
looks
about that. I don't care about his hair. He takes care of himself. He obviously takes care of himself. He's proud. He's proud of his eyebrows and beard. But it's the music. I'm like, it's just the music is taking away the seriousness of the topic. He could have done without music. I'm just saying. That's all. It's a good topic. It's a good topic. It almost feels like.
If he says thoughts are assholes, though, I think he's got the wrong thoughts. He's got to stop thinking about assholes.
He's definitely got his mind somewhere. With those eyebrows.
Experience a pop while still alive, plowing through the persistent illusion of reality with your meat tractor, then guess what? There are no more mundane moments. There are no thoughts compelling enough to tangle your ass up for any length of time if you don't want to be. You are lucid living, waking up to reality just as it is, not as you've been trained to see it. And then just do you, completely aware of awareness in its pristine state, but enjoying the way it shines through the temporary bubble that you call yourself. I like to use science not for the sake of collecting information, but to break the chains of thoughts and to break default paradigms to see what the fuck shines through. To be absolutely astounded by your own conscious existence is a good start. People are trying to understand consciousness through thought. It's like an eye trying to see itself. Just see. That's it. Walk through your life more aware of your own awareness behind thought than you are on thoughts themselves or objects of perception. You'll walk a strange and nonsensical line, and you are that, but also this, the thinker and the thoughts, the witness and the participant. You are an ocean of awareness, the surface of which produces waves and troughs of experience, the extraordinary, the shitty, joy, suffering, and supposed mundanity. If you think you're the wave, you're going for a fucking ride. But if you know you're the sea, then you experience that reality is entirely within you, an extraordinary mundanity. Toodaloo.
Thoughts? Dick, you froze.
I'm going to play devil's advocate right here. It's a great message, but I honestly think there's a machine, right? And everybody has a purpose. There's people who are supposed to be singers. There's supposed to be rock stars, and there's people supposed to be in the audience. This guy's putting a message out for himself. He's not putting a message out for the general public. Right. The general public is just enjoying it. I don't think everybody has the ability to do what, for example, this panel can do. Because I work construction, right? So I see some guy who's 70 years old who's never ever going to hit my ability to be able to talk to you guys. He's never ever going to hit this ability. He's going to go home. He's going to open his can of beer. He's going to drink his cerveza. He's going to enjoy his game. He's going to deal with his family, and that's all he has time for. And that's all he knows. That's all his family's known. That's all he's taught. He doesn't have a YouTube channel pushing great ideas to him, or an algorithm doing this. I think there's just a certain amount of people who's just supposed to be exactly where they're at. There is no realization of more or less. It's just life.
And I think when he talks about thoughts are assholes and that he's in this lucid state where he's just going with the flow, it's not a practical, real life, day-to-day type of living, because in truth, if you didn't ever entertain a thought, then you'd never have a cup of coffee, you'd never eat breakfast, you'd have no impulses. So there's a lot of confusion, I guess you'd say, about consciousness and being in that now state, because you're dealing with thoughts all the time in the now.
Correct. I'm sorry to interrupt, Dick, but the ego will make all the excuses. It'll make all the excuses of why you can't, make all the resistance. And that's what you're doing. Okay.
Why you can't what?
You're saying that you should not have that mindless mind. I mean, yes, there are thoughts, but I'm playing, just kind of challenging, pressing you a little bit for the purpose of refinement. Okay. I certainly don't do it.
But you entertained a thought to do that.
Of course. but I don't
Right,
have
that's
to.
my
It was
point.
my choice. I accept responsibility for the fact that I choose. But without the awareness, I don't choose. My body chooses, the environment chooses, you might choose, unless I have awareness and
Yeah.
I make consideration and I choose. So I've been working on increasing my awareness. And what that video is saying is that's what we are. We are the awareness. So we can have a narrow focused awareness, you know, believing
He's not
whatever.
presenting it in realistic terms. That's what I was getting at. Is that's practically speaking not how it works in a day to day. I mean, if you want to sit by the tree and be the yogi and just be in a know nothing mindless state, that's maybe a Zen thing that you find benefit in. But if you're going to go out and confront the world and deal with people and all the things that we encounter through a day, you're going to deal with thoughts, and you better
Actually,
be in the
Dick,
driver's seat of that.
Dude, you know how hard it is
Hey.
to make money without like a challenge in your way?
hey guys, you guys, maybe this was a new introduction to you, but that guy Sean Boylan, he works like shift work at he's one of the guys that helps docks at one of the major ports. He helps the ships come in and out. So he's like the not air traffic controller, but like the port
Port authority.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's what he does. And so he's got he's got a job that requires a lot of mind and a lot of thought. I encourage you, and I don't think
What's his name?
he does this for fun. He probably does it for fun, but he shares some wisdom and some funny stories, and I like his humor. A little profane, a bit aggressive, and really does get the thoughts thinking.
I do appreciate how he's cussing while talking about the sort of woo-woo topic. It sort of, I don't know, balances. It gives it balance or something.
Thank you. And actually, back to what Dick was saying, it is impractical unless you want to live the life of a yogi. Is that the ascetic? Is that the right term? The ascetic life, when you go dedicate yourself to nothing, minimalist and devotion of the unseen.
And even that's still a thought. Yeah. If you put a label on it, even that's a thought. So you have to detach from everything, and that is only productive up until the point that you want to do something.
Easy with all the thinking, bro.
I'm not opposed to thinking.
Hey, Dick, you're absolutely right. There's a balance. And I actually think, I found a balance that I fucking love. I love how my mind works now compared to what it was. Because you're right, Dick. The mind is constant, and I'm not claiming I can just bring nothing and silence, but I do. I capture and notice when my mind is silent, and I try to keep it silent. But then when I do, the mind is going to think, because that's what it's there for. But I always try and move into the thoughts of what's most productive, what's most helpful, what's most healthy,
Yeah, you're in the driver's seat of your thoughts. Exactly. You wouldn't want to create a know-nothing mindless state in perpetuity, because that would be a reciprocating
a meat tractor, as he described it, of thoughts.
Yeah.
It was a great way. It was a great story. It made you think. But at the same time, when you thought about some of the stuff he said, you're like, what did he just say? I lost the whole story. Like, he just said meat tractor to where, grinding what to. Okay, all right. I'm trying to figure this out. It was fun. I loved it. What'd you get out of it, Jack? Why did you choose that story to share with us?
It's more observations on consciousness and awareness. This Days of Noah, I'm actually a fan of Days of Noah as well. Check into cool. On occasion. He does a great job. I'm not sure what specifically you suggest I go check out, but this is what I figured. I'm no Days of Noah. I'm no, I don't have the broadcasting flair and stuff. And I certainly don't have the results. But I tell you what, if you can understand what I'm trying to say, it's truth. Okay? And truth, well, truth is the only thing that's important. Our ego beliefs are, oh, here. I should have looked it up, especially since I shared the video, but mundanity, the definition. Hold on.
While Jack's looking that up, Flow State, how you doing today? And Dick, how you doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing well. Got off work, had some Hawaiian food for dinner, and I saw Jack was on the show, and I was like, wow, there's some people on here kind of getting off of. They came in to do what they usually do. I was like, I want to see Jack's show. I want to see what Jack came on to do, honestly. And I was like, let's see if I can get him back on track because he was getting ready to. Yeah, it was interesting to watch.
I'm in a trippy place because I'm in a state of fasting and eliminating all stimulants. So I'm not drinking any tea or consuming any cannabis. And I'm eating a very simple diet. And I'm catching my stride with it. And I'm in a few days in. And I usually go a month or a little more every year.
Are you working out too? Are you working out
Oh,
too?
yeah, absolutely. I've lost a bunch of weight. I mean, I'm fucking kicking ass, taking names with the weights in the morning and doing a lot of shoveling dirt and shit all day.
Yeah, high five.
Getting my gardens ready and all my animals in order and everything. And it's a lot of work, but it's right now I'm in that stage where I still want to go with my creatures of habit routines. So I'm having that gnawing and the thoughts constantly saying, well, here, take a puff, have some tea, do something, to set the mood or whatever. But I like it because I'm enough into my stride now where I know I'm going to prevail and conquer, and I'll go through my cleansing, and I needed to because my body chemistry was off and I wasn't feeling well.
We support you, brother.
Hey,
We
I got a question. Why is Paul sitting backstage? Fucking Simple Jack came up here, fucking knowing what he's doing, and then none of you fucktards are saying anything. You're just letting Paul just sit there. I think Jack and Paul should talk. I agree with you, Jack. I do on certain things. I do. Yeah, but I noticed Simple Jack came up here. And then you fucking just ignored, and you guys are letting him sit backstage. And I'm a backstage motherfucker, so Paul better remember what I'm doing here. But fucking for real, none of you guys, like, the communication between Jack and Paul, like, you guys know what's up, and then you come up here, especially you, Simple Jack, and then just ignore it while he's backstage. This is interesting. Just interesting optics I see.
Only Jack can see who's backstage.
Yeah, I'd love to have Paul up here. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, but all you motherfuckers are watching his other stream. Don't act like you don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm not.
Oh, you were just there, Simple Jack.
Yeah, but now I'm here.
There. Don't bullshit.
Now I'm here. Now my attention's on the show. But Snafu, how are you doing? Because obviously, bro, you can't see what's in front of you. But I want to see how you're doing.
I don't.
Simple Jack, you're disingenuous, and anybody can see right through it.
But
really?
Anyways, Paul.
No, I'm honest. I'm honest.
You're completely disingenuous.
But hey, Paul, you know what, Paul? Have a good day, dude. I know why you're here, Paul. Have a good day. I'm not here to.
There you go. You did this last time. You did this.
Yeah, because I'm smart, Paul. I'm smart. No.
Yes. You know what? And I know Dick and I know Snafu. I know many of you are going to be thinking, what's Jack doing? He's picking SJ over Paul. And oh my God.
No, yeah, I think SJ is more triggered. SJ is showing his cupcake triggered bullshit and doesn't want you to communicate. That's what's going on.
No.
Actually, what I see is SJ actually newer to the scene, showing respect for what it is I'm actually offering instead of, joining in the gauntlet of insults and accusations. This man is actually sharing fellowship, sharing compassion and stories. The accusations, Paul unslaved, Snafu snaps, get the hell out of your egos. Recognize your accusations what you're offering me, you're offering me disrespect. So both of you can continue on your day. So Dick, I tried bringing Paul back, and immediately he wants my purpose on this planet is peace. My purpose on this planet is relationships, community. I'm very open about what it is I stand for. So,
yeah, I guess it's just my nature. When I see that type of conflict, I like to see people work it out in that situation. It's not my stream, so you handle it the way you want to. If it was, if I was in the driver's seat, I'd put Simple Jack and Paul together and I'd let them hash it out. And I'd encourage Simple Jack to do that. Like, work it out so you guys can find some common ground.
Well, I don't have the words for Paul because I don't have the time. I'd rather be building. I'd rather be building something than arguing about people being disingenuous or why I'm here. I already know why I'm here, dude. I'm here to build something and to listen and learn. Paul literally said to Jack, "Okay, I want to build a community." So Paul literally said,
not an online community, but a physical
no, an online community that could potentially turn physical if you do, host meet and greets, right? It is possible to do a meet and greet, which becomes a meet at a bar and meet your friends, or what people say fans. But if you really do a meet and greet, then they're your friends if you're having a beer with them and you're breaking bread. But no, and
cool. What are the main
I don't have time
of your community or of what you're planning to build?
I don't know right now. I'm building it, but I guess the first thing to do is, one, before you speak, try to think of love.
Amen.
Before you speak, like, take a second and try to be like, think about what you say before you say it, and try to come from a place of love. Like, there's so many negative things I can say right now that are just hurtful and honest. I can go on and on. I can tear into somebody. That's what I grew up doing. That's what I grew up taught. You know how hard it is for me to be positive and like to ask you guys how are you doing and care about that? Like, that's not easy. That's not something I was grown up taught to do. Like, I wasn't taught to do that. I had to teach myself, and I'm teaching myself how to build a community.
To be honest, though, than positive, right?
Hey, hold on.
No. Okay. Oh, good question, Dick. Sorry for actually. This is Jack's show. Is this something you want us to talk about, Jack, or you want to go back to your topic? Because this is distracting from Jack's show. This is now interviewing me on someone else's show.
Respect, brother. The question, honest or what was it? Honest or
positive, or
truth.
Is it better?
Okay, right. Let's come back to that question. Okay, but I also don't see why Jack needs to be interrogated and challenged. I've been
not interrogating. I was genuinely trying to figure out where he's coming from.
Dick, yield for a moment, please.
How dare someone challenge you, Jack?
You just mischaracterized me. It's not what I was doing.
Can you yield for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dick, I've seen your patterns as well, and you're part of what has been enabling Paul with this. You just made the claim that you'd rather see resolution made. Have you not witnessed me seeking resolve with Paul for months? You've not witnessed me attempting, and now on my platform, now you want to play this little bullshit, enabling Paul's arrogance. And Dick, I am about that trigger is right there. So
I got you. I got you.
Well, you better just
answer the question though, because you asked a question. So yeah, I have, and I think you found common ground at points, and then you guys go back into your polarities, which is a lot of relationships do that. And just because that's what you guys do doesn't mean that Jack and Paul would necessarily do that. Simple Jack, I'm saying, if they chose to actually try to have open dialogue. Yeah, but do whatever you guys want to do. Everybody has their opinions, right?
Tell you what, I'd like to come back. First off, welcome London too, right?
And Top G. We didn't welcome Top G.
Oh, and Top G.
Top G.
What SJ was saying too. Maybe it's not natural. I don't know his past. I know I grew up with fighting is normal for me. Okay. And so I've been growing and overcoming my triggers, overcoming my anger, even though you've seen plenty of people find it in them to want to challenge me. SJ, congratulations, brother. What I see in you is a man who, I don't know the past, but you've obviously done some intentional work on yourself. And maybe you've had support, maybe it was whatever, but I'm grateful for what I see today. And I am trying to break the patterns of this egoic competition nonsense, because that does prevent us from building these communities. I yield.
Thank you, Dick, for asking those questions, by the way. I appreciate it.
London, how you doing?
We're gonna hit the truth, or what was the dichotomy that I think is the wrong one? Actually,
is it better to be honest or positive?
And I don't think that applies to the situation, because the option you have here is not between those two. What you have is the opportunity to engage in trying to call me. You're either choosing to engage in lowest common denominator bullshit drama on the internet, or you're choosing not to. It's more of a prioritization of time. I guess I don't know the backstory between them, but that's how I see it.
All right. So I have to do this over and over again, which I don't mind doing. So this is my analogy that I was taught. That yes, you can be honest and positive at the same time without hurting someone's feelings. You can display the truth in two separate ways to somebody or to something. You can explain it like throwing a bucket of ice water in their face. Or you can explain the truth like wrapping a warm blanket around them. So yes, you could take the time and choose your words wisely, educate yourself in how to use words. You can turn one person into 10,000 people following you. Okay? This is all I'm just listening from people who are smarter than me, who have wrote books, and their books have lasted 1,000 years. Okay? Like literally, here's an example. I'm gonna break it down. This man designs a wrench, right? This tool. I'm in construction. The tool, it has some failures to it, right? It's obviously it's not going to pass quality control. I either can say, dude, your tool fucking sucks. You should stop being in this industry. There is no hope for you. That's what Paul would say. Or you can say what
that might be really good advice. And I'm not saying that to pander to any side. It's just I've had that advice and it was good advice. I needed to move away from something. So
or how about this? How about this? The same tool. Hey, dude, I've noticed there's some weak points in this tool. If we reinforce this, if we do some adjustments to the design, I think there's hope for your product and your company. Let's go ahead and let's go get an expert.
Do it with fucking Jack. He's tried to,
Yeah, not when you're driving a sinking ship.
You should let Paul back up.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, I do. I really do. It'd be more interesting.
Thanks for the input.
He should have known he was going to get clapped up.
So there it is, guys. Yes. It's real simple. Just listen to people who are successful, and the positives of their successes, not their negatives of their successes. And create your own work of art. That's all we're doing, right? We're all creating our own moments.
Appreciate your perspective.
Thank you, Dick, and I appreciate your questions. And I can't wait to. I might have a show in the future, and you'd be an awesome guest.
Cool. I'll join. Let me know.
Scott, how you doing, brother?
Good. How about yourself?
Well, I feel blessed. I'm a man of peace, and I'm doing my best to keep order.
I just wonder, with that thought of order, if you were the coach and you had a baseball team and Paul was your best player, could play outfield, could play pitcher, could play catcher, could play fucking shortstop, best player, but all he did was run around telling everybody else they were shit, how long would you keep him on the team?
He'd be gone. fucking quick.
He'd ruin everybody on your team. He'd ruin them all.
Yep. One man filled with negativity will spread that shit far and wide.
Now, if he could come down,
I would choose Paul over you if I had to have a baseball team, though, because he's got experience in baseball. As a matter of fact, his dad was throwing fastballs at him as a young child and really hardened him for the sport. So he's actually got an affinity for it. So if I'm going to choose someone, as to be on a baseball team, I'm going to choose someone with experience and with
you talking about the side cheat
skill set? No, he literally it's one of his stories of his childhood. Is one of his character building experiences was just having that ball thrown at him.
What about team building exercises?
Fast.
Any team building exercises?
Well,
baseball was just an analogy. It's not an important.
Well, I would like to throw a wrench in. I like to throw a wrench in this one. It's the coach's fault. How did that player get on that team drafted? You obviously did the research. You would have seen his attitude. You would have seen his performance. So you saw his numbers. But if you did your draft properly, you would have seen his attitude with other teams.
Right.
So if it's the coach selecting that player, then it's up to the coach to either figure out a way to make that player a better player with the team and make that all work, or either find a new player. But obviously it was the coach's fault. It's not the player's fault, dude.
And the coach has to manage the dynamics because the best players usually have the biggest egos. It goes right along with it, and rightfully so, because they're the rainmakers. They're the ones who are.
There's destructive and constructive ego, though. They're different things.
Their business the best, so just the way it works. And you're right. The coach has to manage that. It's not an easy. That's what makes a great coach, right? Is being able to deal with all those big personalities and all those amazing talents and bring them together in a cohesive effort to actually get the whole train or bus moving the same direction. Everybody in the right seat, and then the whole bus moving the same direction, or everybody pulling the rope in the same direction, so to speak. That's not an easy task, but
have them benched for 4 games, bro.
Just because they got a big ego.
You know what? I call Paul out all the time on his bullshit, dude. But what I see you guys talking, but not saying it to his face. That's what's surprising.
Hey, Snafu, if you haven't seen me say it to Paul's face, fucking, you're blind, dude. Okay, I'm sick of saying it to Paul's face, and I'm sick of him talking at me instead of having a conversation like an adult. So, Snafu, please. If you're just going to keep coming up here to victim advocate for Paul, which I assume here, Moose, how are you today, brother?
Moose.
Oh, there you go. Your audio sucks.
That was terrible.
And more people trying to come. Try again. How's your audio? It's horrible, Moose. I don't know what the hell you do or don't do, but figure
I can't tell if that's on purpose or if that's a
I honestly don't think it is.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Scott, you're right. If the player can't change after being, trying to work with them, then you got to get rid of them. Yeah, you're right.
There's an interesting story here with Jack.
Let's bring it back to here. I mean, that metaphor. I'm trying to manage, coach this stream, right? And I've got these players that want to barge in here and not support the direction I'm going, but they want to come in and just fucking take it over. Tell me I shouldn't even be doing this. Nobody should be listening to me because my results aren't to the standards of his. I'm talking about Paul and his little bullshit, if you can't tell.
But these players need a field to play on. It's so strange, isn't it?
They're playing a different sport.
Now, you know what? And you know what? Some people might be accusing us of talking of a certain person, but right now we're saying players. And we're referring to a baseball team. And if someone wants to take that personally, that's up to them. But we're saying players, and we're talking about a baseball team. So that's our analogy. And if someone wants to take that personally, that's up to them. I'm not saying anybody's name. I've not referred to anybody. So I'm clever.
Tell you what, this really
that's how you avoid getting lawsuits. You have to think of things, analogies.
SJ, you're right, but here's something where did I hear it? Someone earlier. Where I've come to is I will speak the truth with confidence, and I will accept all consequences. If people don't like the truth I say, if they don't like the way I share it, too bad. I do try and be kind with the way I present the truth. I try very nicely, but eventually it comes down to the point where, you know what? Truth is ugly. This egoic pattern of denial, these patterns of Wizard and Paul, in my personal experience, which is well documented, well observed, Wizard and Paul have both shown, in the old days, maybe demonic possession. I mean, bringing me. It's
even I think that might be a little bit strong. Like,
well, you're right. You're right. But sometimes you got to present the truth in an ugly way for it to actually be recognized as ugly. Because everyone's been making excuses for the patterns of behavior that is commonplace in our world. People make excuses for, oh, yeah, you let them have it. They deserved that. All this, it's not healthy. Okay?
Yeah, but if you're the coach on this channel, and so you're saying you don't want Paul involved at all at this point? You just don't want him to be in the conversation? Or could you manage it where you bring him up, let him give his input, and then if you feel so inclined, you take him back down?
That's what he did.
It's what I've been trying to do. And then I get...
Seemed to me like you just cut him off.
Well, here's where I stand. Okay, if I do that and I continue this, well, I've already get accused of voluntarily going to Paul's platform to be raped. I've been verbally raped is how it's been described, right? By Paul. And nobody sees a problem with Paul, but it's my fault. So, Dick, this shit has been going on a long time. And I've been trying to tell you guys, hey, give me a chance just one time. Maybe allow me to be a little bit right. Because I'm pretty sure God is with us all. I've been following my faith. I'm not trying to manipulate or deceive anyone. I'm not trying to harm anyone. And unlike Paul...
You're muted, Simple Jack. It's the tautology of it all, Jack. It's, both on Paul with you as well. There's a lot of repetitive things.
Hey, is it fixed now, Jack?
It's a lot better, Moose.
I'm sorry about that, man. I have to restart my phone every time I come in for some reason.
Sounded like an alien. I thought we were being invaded, and it was like a clone of you or something.
Hey, guys, it's an hour in. Where I sit, if I keep enabling Paul, well...
Well, I came up here to see if we could throw it back on you, Jack, because this is your show. And I kind of tuned in about 20 minutes ago, and I saw that the vibe was kind of off. So I came up just to kind of like see if you can, kind of jump back to your space for a moment.
Thank you. Actually, what I did want to get into is the distinction between the materialist mindset and the mystical mindset, the spiritual mind, because that is what we are. And I tell you what, Lou is doing work in the garden or something while he's listening, but someone keeps trying to get in. So I'm going to remove Lou. I'm going to bring Paul in. Paul, I don't mind disagreements, but I'm not going to accept these false narratives of me and insulting descriptions.
Right. So anything I say that is a disagreement, you'll just characterize it as that to give you the ability to be controlling and domineering and censoring.
Much like the police, anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
Right. And this goofy analogy of a coach of a team makes no sense. How could somebody manage someone else's thoughts, emotions, actions, and performance who can't manage their own. It's a bizarre analogy.
Why do you
so keep yes manning?
Why did you present? It's a hypothetical situation, and then you bring in apparently the coach has no skills. Paul, you're fucking delusional, dude. You're just so filled with negativity and hate. You're so insecure, emotionally insecure. Hey, there's a big difference between the materialist mindset and the mystical mindset. The materialist is only formed from this world. It is the egoic mindset that thinks the things of this world are important. You know, reputations and subscribers and fiat currency. You know, those results that Paul wants to piss all over me for.
The ones that he doesn't have either. Couldn't show the other night. Those ones.
Why do you keep going and projecting to those as results? I never said those are the only results. You just projected that those are the results you're looking for and can't get. I have those results and I was not desirous of that when I started this. And
in your mind, Paul, you're just, hey, tell you what, we can have conversations politely and I'll back my energy.
I thought we were doing that.
Are you? No, when you don't respect, okay?
So I can't disagree with you, and I can't offer critical perspective without you characterizing it as disrespect.
Let me explain. Fuck, oh dear, your little tantrums. This is what's pissing me off.
I'm not tantruming. You're the one who can't control your body language and your hand.
I recognize that I do interrupt you. Okay? Yield when you are interrupted because there's a reason for the interruption. Now, I'm saying you are the reason we have problems between us. Your judgment, your perceptions have caused you and me. We're not on the same page of understanding.
Is this a common theme with you and people in your life?
Hey, Paul, let's keep it related to you right here.
Well, no, that's how we establish somebody's credibility is if you have the same experience with everyone in your life. Maybe it's you and everyone else.
Paul, well, do you want to stay in the maybe land or do you want to know facts?
No, I'd like to ask you directly. You've told me before, and that's why you're getting angry because you know you have this experience with everyone in your life.
Your answer to the question you asked me, since you already know the answer.
The answer is as you've said, because again, we're going on another bizarre loop.
I mean, I love
right.
you, man.
You're starting another bizarre loop. Let's talk about. Rather than your opinions of me, let's go back to what is wise, right? Let's talk about the materialist mindset versus the mystical mindset.
So I'm a materialist mindset. Between the two of us, who's more materialistic?
What would you say?
You.
Based upon
the fact that you have no income or revenue stream and yet chose to stay in a house you couldn't afford for years and couldn't pay for. And I decided to give up a condo that I paid $100 a month for through a network situation and a job that I put $2,000 in my pocket every month extra after my shit was paid for. Gave it all up to go live in a tent for a year to pursue spiritual development.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of network gave you $100 condo?
The only reason.
Why is Flow State acting out right now? I couldn't hear you.
I'm just wondering if it was a network of squatters.
No, it wasn't a network of squatters. That's hilarious, but no, it was through a veterans.
Did the owners know that you were there?
It was through a veterans situation.
Hold on.
I think it's bigger than that, Paul. I think he's asking that you found your beliefs and foundations on, like, for example, laws that are established.
No, I have not. No, I have not. No, I have not. Where did you get that impression? Where did you get that impression?
You can fucking agree to.
Where did you get that impression?
Jack, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Jack?
You're correct, SJ.
Okay, so then can we have a mediation then with Simple Jack? Because he seems to be able to at least put forth an idea and control his body language and his tone. You can't seem to be able to do that with me.
I just did.
Or maybe he could speak for you because you're Jack and he's Simple Jack.
Hey, Paul, what if
SJ,
you're the fucking problem?
Oh, so we're back to me, the problem. I thought we were in the now. I thought we were in the now and discussion rather than you demonizing me so you could throw me out.
Now, what can you quit bitching about and what can we discuss?
Are you tantruming like you said I was? I'm just sitting here and speaking. You're like all over the room. You're yelling. You can't let him speak. You're cutting everyone off. You're throwing me out.
Can we get back to the now, brother?
Or in your fucking head. See,
that's what I meant everyone's experiencing. Am I wrong on anything there? Everyone's silent all of a sudden. I mean, am I wrong on any of this?
Am I out of control the way Paul is describing this?
You guys are
mad. Oh,
you're taking the bait. Paul's making content, and you're his content, and this is it. And
No,
you're taking the
so
bait.
you think so? Now I'm in charge of. So now I'm in charge of how everyone conducts themselves. That's
You
fascinating.
guys are just matching energies. That's all it is.
We're matching energies. I'm not doing what he's doing.
I'm trying. If you can't see my efforts here,
dude, you're destroying my ear, bro. I wish Jack can bring your volume down like at least 20%. It's loud.
Right, so maybe you should say something instead of waiting 30 minutes to fucking pipe up because you're so genuine.
No. I turned my headset down, dude. I have adjustable headset, so I just turned you down the whole stream down, so it worked out that way.
So then I guess it wasn't a problem, was it?
Well, it might be a problem for other people who are trying to speak.
Oh, okay. So
I
you're
think
going to
you guys are close, though. I
for
think
other people and not you and speak on it.
No, I took my time. I took my time and waited and timed it just right so I could speak. But go ahead, continue, Paul.
So go back to how I founded my.
Have a good day, guys. I actually have a good day. I have a stream to do myself.
Oh, you're
no. I have a community to take care of, Paul. I have a community to take care of. I'm going to go live and play some video games. I actually haven't been part of my community in like 4 or 5 days, so it'd be healthy for me to go and be a part of my community right now. It was really fun talking to you guys, Jack, Flow State. I wish we had more time to talk and more things to talk about, but right now I think it's better for me to go take care of my community.
Yo, Jack, what games are you going to play?
Battlefield 2042. I'm going to go blow up some tanks and pretend to be Rambo.
There we go, baby. Have a good day, man.
Peace.
Have fun with that.
Enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't even get to say hello or bye to the guy. Hey, what's happening, Jack? How you doing, Mr. Talcott?
Oh, brother.
He's doing about the same as every time.
Well, London, thank you. You know what? Very few people people ask, how are you doing? I don't think most people mean it, but London, I think you do, and I know SJ meant it when he asked. You know, there's something weird going on in our lives. I've become quite aware of the mystical in my life, and I'm pretty sure the mystical is probably with each of you too, anyone who happens to listen. Our lives are better served helping each other, encouraging each other, brainstorming with each other. I find no enjoyment from this bullshit that Paul has been bringing me lately. Okay?
Hey, no disrespect, Jack.
Moose, you either.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm pointing out something because nobody else will. You continually let it happen. Like, I came up here just to say, hey, try to change the vibe around, and then you invited it to happen again. And so I'm not blaming you, Jack, but I'm just saying you can stop it from happening. Like, you have the power.
I can remove the people who offer me no respect and no care.
That was hard. That was cold.
I mean, Moose was being honest.
Well, he's absolutely right. And Paul, go ahead and you can take off from the back as well.
Hey, Mr. Talcott, what I really wanted to say was not this Friday, but the following Friday, I think I'm going to need you over there if you got some time.
Brother, respect. Please, do you know how to reach me?
No.
Here. I'm in the description is a bunch of my contact. My email's in there, but here, I'll drop it up here too.
Cool.
I don't know what the future is going to bring us, brothers and sisters, I am excited for the future. And I wasn't in the past when I had a materialist mindset. Before I started seeking the mystical in my life, I had a lot of anger. And you know what? Many people want to judge me for it, but I got a stack of reasons to be pretty angry right now. You think the world hasn't been I know the world's been challenging for everyone. Yeah, Jack, you're nothing fucking different. I'm not, but I continue to offer support to anyone who believes there might be value with me. For those who would like some encouragement, if you do think, my investments as a life coach, if you do think maybe you can understand what I'm offering, please reach out. I want people to feel better about life, because life, man, it's too short for this fighting, man. Too short for the fighting, too short for the slaving away. Lou.
Some people like it, though.
Howdy, Lou.
A lot of people like it. I kind of like it sometimes. Not all the time, but definitely do sometimes.
Hey, Jewberger, what I'm referring to is my education.
Jewberger.
I don't know how many of you have actually invested in developing yourself, your skills in something you have a passion about. But I tell you what, if you've got a passion for gardening, go learn. Go invest in some studies and go learn from someone else and invest in what will make it better for you. Invest in you, not in the future. Guys, I'm watching the news on occasion. The people in Sudan, the people in Palestine, the people, that there are hundreds of millions of people who have been displaced from their homes due to environment, and most of the, and let's face it, the environmental changes, floods, droughts, those things really would not be as big of an issue if we didn't let economics control everything.
Here you are with your communist shit again, Jack.
It's not communist. It's humanist. But
why are you letting news stories cloud your worldview like that? I mean, we know that there are problems out there, but dwelling on them is not a positive to anybody.
Taylor, I don't. I pay attention because seeing those faces, I see the news, even the natural disasters, the floods and all of this. I see those families. They've lost all their material support. And if their life is anything like mine, they probably don't have a big family structure to fucking help them. And then that means they are at the mercy of some bureaucratic employer, as far as insurance. And again, it all comes back to this fiat.
Well, it's resources, and that's what they need at that moment.
No. Money is an incentive for resources. People possess the resources, the energy, the power, the tools. This is what I was thinking about too. I mean, Paul wanted to make this picture, I'm more materialist than him. You got to be out of your mind to accept that. So we do live in a world that requires fiat currency, and I'm not looking for donations, but I have been seeking investors, people who might see value in what I'm offering and what I'm trying to do, people who might see value in me. But I'm no pity case. I don't need any sympathy. And I don't know, I have faith. I have faith this world is about to change pretty dramatically because of us.
I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of say in the matter.
Except for Lou, the most beautiful 60-year-old roadkill eating man.
That's who I want to fucking. I literally would rather be closer to where he is than where I am if shit goes south.
I'm leaving here where I am.
Well, no, I mean, with the knowledge, living off the land, fucking, growing. You have a lot. Jesus Christ, man! I was growing up in the concrete jungle. That was where my life was.
Where I am now, it's becoming a bit of a concrete jungle. When I first moved here, it was a job to see a car pass by my road. And in the springtime, it was just a tiny little dirt road that in the springtime they'd have to close it because it got so wet and mushy that you'd get stuck on it. It was just a dead end on two dead ends. And now it's at the point where my corner in the morning and in the afternoon is like
your mic
a
is kind
highway.
of popping.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It is. It
Should I go out?
sounds.
I'll go out and come back in. How's that?
Please do. Please do. And London,
If you can hear this, try to plug the thing in, push it in, and make sure it's secure all the way.
Hey, London, thank you for joining too. If you're still here, respect, and yeah, I hope to talk again. In the future, here's what I've learned. All that matters is right now. That's all that matters. Every moment of each day is the only thing that matters. So when we simplify our lives, we can live with greater faith. Did something happen?
The future's so bright, we got to wear shades.
The sun's setting, so the sun's coming right in my eyes here.
And I'm just cool.
Hey, you know what? I'm seeing comments here. Actually, Special K, bless you. Standing up. I'm sure people do not have any clue of my experiences that have driven my confidence. Why I claim to have the knowledge I do. I'm happy to explain myself as far as what I say, but so far, most of my time has been explaining what other people imagine, me defending against that image. But see, guys, brothers and sisters, there's something bizarre happening in my specific life. Okay? I believe there's great things destined for us. Now, how do we make that happen? It's going to take our willingness, our efforts, our commitment. I don't know what to do, though.
So are you looking at venture capitalists? How are you trying to gather investment funds? Or are you creating some kind of prospectus that people can look at to see what the investment would entail? And are you looking at it that way, or is it more, what's your presentation?
I've met with several people and spoken with them specifically regarding investments in the ideas. Do I have a specific prospectus? No, I haven't. I don't have the business plan written out with all the different factors, because what I have is a vision. I have the passion and purpose. I'm seeking some support and mentorship. That, frankly, that's part of the reason why I was hopeful to talk to Anton. He's got quite a bit more business experience than me, particularly in developing the broadcasting stuff. So, but,
can I give you a suggestion? That prospectus you were talking about, getting some sort of something in writing, then putting some sort of legitimacy behind it, getting some NDAs signed if you're going to show it to people. Literally heightening the value of what you're doing step by step, so that you have something that, one, you own, and two, you could sell. Keeping in mind that if you want to sell it, you want to make something that, may be somewhat duplicatable. Because if you want people to buy into something, it's got to be easy to buy into or to recreate.
Right.
So all I can say is
I've already got all that. Yep.
okay.
But Scott, I can write up all I want and make this imagined value. I mean, you're the one imagining these requirements for me to be able to present my value. I can do all of that, but what it comes down, you said I gotta sign non-disclosure agreements. Dude, I'm trying to get anyone willing to fucking talk to me. I mean, talk with me about the ideas instead of trying to talk me out of them or tell me to do other things.
You say that all the time, but every day there's like a bunch of people here talking to you about them, Jack.
Yeah, well, that's not accurate.
Okay, your product is your life coaching?
No.
That's a service.
Scott, does it matter what my product is right now?
If we're going to wrap it up in a bow and try and sell it, yeah.
Are you going to help me wrap it up in a bow and try and sell it?
Could just fucking head out and head east.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
We gotta know. We gotta know what we're. I don't know what you're trying to invest.
Scott, right. Again, back to what Taylor just said. Well, we every day there's people talking to you about it. No, what we're doing here with Scott is he's imagining these requirements for me to answer his questions rather than I've explained many things and I don't understand what you do know or don't know. Everyone claims they understand.
He's referencing a revenue raising standard.
Okay.
Lou, would you be willing to sign your land and your farm over to Jack so we can get this going?
I might not have it soon, so.
Do you know any old widows in nursing homes that maybe would be potential?
Well, it's funny you say that. There's actually, if you want to come out to Ontario, there's a woman I know that's looking for a place to stay. She's
not
in her 40s. She's decent looking. If you're interested, Jack, you can come over. I can set you up. But no, I don't want to.
Hey Lou, is this helpful or is this entertaining? I mean, I'm finding not helpful nor entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't want to go into the entertaining bullshit either. I just I came up, Jack, to it's kind of weird, but my daughter came the other day. I haven't seen my daughter, the one that I was working on her, building her place to stay, her apartment. I think you remember, some of you remember that I was working on something for my daughter several months ago. And when I was finished my job, I kind of just left and I never went back. And I saw her baby a couple of times and I just kind of stayed away because I felt that it's just best if I stay away because she was not, I don't know, I guess she wasn't appreciating me, or maybe I was not doing what I was supposed to do around her. And so I just kind of left her be, and not that I was ignoring her, but I just stayed away for a while.
Hey Lou, okay. Thank you for sharing this, but what does this have to do?
I'll tell you. Sorry, I talk slowly. I apologize. She came
no,
by
you
the other
talk
day.
a lot, and you rarely give any relevance or context of why you're talking. So I'm bringing this up for you to please notice. What is it you're talking? I mean, thank you for updating us with the relationship of you and your daughter, but where are you going with this?
It's the reason why I'm telling you this story at all is because when she came over yesterday, she came to visit me and she brought me a shirt that she made. And when she came, I thought of you. It was weird. I don't know why, but you came to my mind. And later I thought it would really hurt me a lot to be in your position where you don't have contact with your son and you don't have any way of being with him. And I thought if I was in that position, I'd be really sad. And I'm not trying to make you sad or anything. I'm not trying to tell you you are sad. I'm just saying you came to my mind for some reason.
Thank you for recognizing that. That's what's blown my mind is nobody seems to give a shit about that, or nobody has. And it's like, how is everyone so fucking heartless. It blows my fucking mind. So, Lou, thank you for recognizing that.
No, I'm sorry, Jack. I really am sorry that you're in that situation. I really am. I don't know if I could handle that.
I appreciate it, but sympathy, you know what? I don't allow myself sympathy. I don't allow myself pity. I don't want any of yours. Okay?
No, I'm not
I
pitying
know.
you.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Lou, here's the great thing. If you recognize that, thank you. Thank you for finally recognizing. Flo, I think you did too. And Dick, I thought you did it one time too.
Oh yeah, man. That's a horrific set of circumstances. Like I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Well,
I just don't think anyone can fix it but you.
Dick, anyone could try. Anyone who wanted to try could try. I got numbers. I know people.
Yeah, well, let's do it right now. We'll call on the stream right now, and we'll see what traction we can make, or if any of the numbers are even still active.
Jack, what would you want if I were to say I'd get a hold of your son? What would you want me to say to him? If I could, I don't know if I could or not.
What?
Or if he'd even listen to me.
What did I do? I know what they think I did, but what did I do? I did not fucking harm anyone. People imagined things, and I have been punished because of what they imagined. So ask him, what is his fucking problem? Why in 5 years has he never once had a reason to talk to me? That's what I want to know.
Have you tried to contact him yourself at all?
Yes.
What does he do when you do that?
My numbers are blocked.
So he blocks
This is why I'm saying, this is why I've been asking for someone else to help me. My numbers are blocked, and as soon as they hear my voice, it's gone. So I'm just trying to I've been asking anyone to please investigate. Because I claim.
But you already have the answer, Jack. You're just resisting it. You're rejecting it.
No.
And I'm about to get kicked, I'm sure. But when I didn't talk to my dad for years, and the way that we were able to get past it and start speaking again was my mom made us specifically agree to just restart interacting and not address any of the past. Because we were both sure we were right, and we would never move past that. Do with that.
That is actually good advice, Flow State. That definitely drove me away from having any communication with my father for till the very end, basically. Because the only little inkling of a idea in my mind of him was every time it was about my mother and his relationship with her and how she screwed him over and how's she doing because he was still interested in her, and it's like it's just all about my mother, and that's not a very attractive thing to a young man that wants a father in his life and is trying to actually have a relationship with him. But if you play the victim and you don't think that you're involved in any way to what has transpired here, and you can't see how you have a role in it, not that you cause loss, injury, or harm, or that you
Dick, that's a false.
You don't want to let me finish.
What you're describing has nothing to do with
false or not. You could let me finish my sentence.
Well, no, Dick, because I've been experiencing this over and over and over. I sit patiently while people describe false.
So you don't want our advice.
Hey, Dick,
that's it.
You're about to be gone too. Okay,
kick me then, dude.
All right. If you can't restrain your mouth, you'll be gone. The reason I interrupted you, Dick, is because the false narrative of me not accepting responsibility, that's absolute bullshit in the light of everything you've already heard me say. So
I don't want to question that, Jack. Only you know what the truth is. No one here knows.
Right. Everyone, hey Lou, everyone has the opportunity to investigate and prove me wrong. Okay, Taylor, you want to claim I have the answers, and then that fed Dick into this other, you want to come back to the gauntlet of fucking tell Jack he's wrong, that I don't know my life. People get wrongfully accused all the time, right? And God does use people. Our challenges are for greater purposes. Now, I've said and explained my situation, my perception very many times. I believe God has blessed me, allowing me space from my son, from my friends, my career, from the monetary world, so that the topic of today, I could break free from the materialist mindset and seek the mystical mindset. Now, I found a lot of good people who claim to care about the truth, and I see the hearts of others. I am not lying. I am not confused. I know for a fact that my son, my ex-wife, my friends, and consider your own relationships where you're having problems and people are apart. It's guilt and blame. Okay? Guilt and blame. When we're dishonest, when we make excuses, we start feeling guilty because our inner conscious knows the truth.
What are you guilty about? What do you feel guilty about?
I'm not. My son and my friends, I know they are feeling guilty because I know the facts prove they are wrong.
They're trapped in a blame standoff.
Okay, but
yes,
how
but
do you know that? Can you really know that?
No, Lou, I'm inviting you and others to please investigate and find out, am I right or am I wrong?
And I can accept what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You're asking for help, and I can empathize with that. The only thing, if I were to do any sort of pushback, and I don't think it is a pushback, it's just I would suggest that you, if by doing that, by asking others to do it for you, are you not taking away your power?
Hey, Lou, Jesus Christ. I mean, here, are you not making excuses just to avoid helping a man? I mean, those people who claim to be Christians, right? Again, I'm very open about my faith, and I attend 4 different churches on a regular rotation, right? These people who claim to be Christians can't find a reason to help a man have a conversation with his son. This is fucking insane, and this is what tells me
I'm not
people
saying
are nuts.
I'm not saying that
Lou?
that's a bad thing.
Hey,
that's
Lou.
not a. I would consider doing that. Honestly, I would consider doing that. I just don't know where I would begin. What I would say to your son.
And you never will. You never will know until you imagine yourself doing it. This is how the minds work. And Lou, I'm going to wrap this up. So let's, and Smith, I know you just showed up, but.
Jack, thanks for having me. I got no decodes. I just want to throw this out again. I think I said this before and it got passed over. Real quick, Lou, I loved hearing you earlier. That was awesome. I'd be glad to help. You text me his number sometime, I'll help you out. I live in the same city. I mean, I don't know if it would be weird for him, but you're asking for help from I'd help you. So I just want to throw that out there. Send me a text. I'm not ready to go to church, but I would help you. God bless you all. Take care.
Yeah, that's what would concern me, Jack. I would wonder how it would feel for him, some stranger calling him. It would be kind of weird for him, I think. I don't know if that would help you or hurt you.
Hey, Cheryl, can I see a face in the back, please? I don't know who you are, and there's been some inappropriate efforts made here on the panel, so I can't see what that is.
Jack, at the risk of being honest and trying to be truthful, you know,
That's my picture. Can you see my picture?
Ow. God damn it.
I can.
Jack, that's my picture. Can you see my picture?
I see the image, Cheryl.
Yeah, that's me. I'm having trouble getting the camera to work. I just wanted to talk to you a second.
Can I ask you to mute your YouTube tab?
I just wanted to talk to you a second.
I'm going to give you just a moment. You've got a YouTube tab. It's echoing through the StreamYard. I'm going to give you just a moment. You've got a YouTube tab. It's echoing through the StreamYard. I'm going to give you just a moment. You've got a YouTube tab. Cheryl?
I'm here.
Yeah, your YouTube.
Can you fix that?
It's off.
Cheryl, you have to shut off whatever links you have for YouTube. Otherwise, we could hear the echo in the background.
Yeah. Hey,
you need to plant some tomatoes. Get your feet in the dirt. The wind in your hair. Be out there shirtless.
Hey, seriously, I don't. I know how it sounds. Okay, it sounds contradictory. I need nothing. Okay. I would love an opportunity to try and return back to my son's life and to the lives of those in the past. I believe God has been using me, causing confusion. I actually think if my son or anyone returns to my life, man, I'm poised. I've got everything prepared to soar, to succeed, to try and end wars.
So you would want him. You would want him to come back to your life to help you with your agenda. Is that what I'm getting, or am I wrong?
Why would you?
Because you just said.
Hey, Lou, hold on a minute.
No, because based on what you just said.
Lou, right. Based on what you just chose to hear, you want to take everything I've said and narrow it down to that bullshit narrative and expect me to answer to that bullshit? Tell me the facts that make you focus and believe that the only reason I want my son back is to come into this agenda. Tell me what facts say that.
I didn't say that.
Didn't say that.
I asked you because you said I have everything ready for my son if he comes back into my life, and then you continued by saying that we could end all wars. Now, that's when I asked, is that what you want him in your life to help you do?
Okay, good.
I'm sure there's other things.
What does it matter if that is or is not? What the fuck does that matter, Lou?
Because what he might want might not.
Okay, see, exactly. You're imagining excuses why you shouldn't help, why my plans will not work. I'm sick and tired of that, Lou. Cheryl, you still have the echo.
Turn your computer off, Cheryl. Just close it. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hold on. I don't want my energies to spread. Okay.
No, I mean, no, I have my own anger. I can be angry all by myself. I don't need to lean on you to be angry.
I wanted to tell Jack, listen, I wanted to tell you, Jack, I spent more than 30 years in the church. Okay. I'm a Christian. I raised my children Christian 3 times a week. I taught Sunday school. Neither one of my sons talked to me. And I haven't done anything. We are in the end times. We are in the birth pains. Okay. The end times are going to last about 50 years, probably. It's going to get a lot worse. Okay. The devil's trying to wear us down. You're going to have to be strong and fight. And I really don't think somebody else calling you son is going to solve the problem, because I tried that way too. Of course, you're open to try it. But yelling at each other and everything is not going to solve anything. We need to be gentle and uplift each other, not break each other down.
I agree.
I just wanted to say that I got to get my grandson to fix the camera. It's facing the opposite way and everything else, I'm sorry I came up with an echo. That's the first time that happened. My God.
Sorry for snapping at you, Cheryl.
Well, thank you. This is why I haven't even dated since 2008, because I can't handle that kind of energy, man. Jesus. We all need to calm down, because you know what? We all going to need each other, because it's going to get a lot worse.
Cheryl.
It's going to get. I have no family except my grandson. I have 1 grandson and I have 6 grandkids. But all the rest are underage, where they don't have a choice to talk to me. I'm grieving to death. But getting on YouTube and screaming is not going to solve anything.
No,
All I can do is get in my prayer closet and ask God to smash their hearts and change them and wake them up. Okay?
Kill him with kindness. Kill him with kindness. That's your best bet.
That's right. That's right. That's what God showed me. You know what?
There's all
That's
sorts
right.
of
You
things
know what?
we can tell ourselves not to do anything.
I could tell you a lot of stories. I got quite a few testimonies. Okay, I got one son that's in the Air Force 15 years now. Okay, he don't have nothing for me because his other brother doesn't, and his other brother put something in my food more than once, knocked me out, and stole my pain pills, shot me up with something where they could knock me out and dig my pain pills out my underwear. Okay, I have 4 ruptured discs. All right, I had to put my son out before he accidentally killed me and had to go to jail. But you see, a son doesn't recognize that sacrifice. Maybe when he's 60, he may get a revelation.
Hey, Cheryl.
And it'll be too late.
Sister,
Yeah.
let me interrupt you, please. Okay. Thank you for what you're bringing up. And I hear your pain, your feelings. I understand that. Okay. I'm sorry for the challenges you're facing.
It's okay.
Well, here.
It's okay.
What you also said is correct. It doesn't really help. I mean, it doesn't change the facts, but this is a unique time and we are being tested. But I will not give power to the devil. I will not believe that things are going to get worse.
You don't believe the word of God?
Hey,
the word of God says that man's going to go work a whole day and just be able to afford a loaf of bread for his family.
Cheryl, I'm not going to entertain arguments to promote disbelief. Okay, I am not going to accept the Christian fear mongering about, don't you trust the Bible? It's going to get worse. Better and worse is perspective. I'm saying the world is already bad enough. Let's fucking do something about it.
And I'm saying the world is great. You just need to look at it from my perspective.
You got rose-colored glasses on.
Hey, Taylor, you're right. Your perspective, you've got a family around you. You've got some security and stability in your life. Everything might be great for you, but there's, again, hundreds of millions of families that currently have no homes. Me, I'm blessed. I'm lucky. I'm just trying to deal with social problems, fucking egos. But with or without my family, I am seeking people who believe that the world can improve with the message of live without fear, who see the value in what I am offering. Because I see this right here as simply the beginning. Compare results all you want. What direction are you facing? You know? We're here to change the world. And Cheryl, what I was trying to get across to you.
And God carries me, believe me, every day. He's my husband. I can honestly say that.
Well, we're here
and
to
let
help
me tell
each
you,
other.
what I'm talking about, you're taking the wrong way, just like you're taking a lot of other things the wrong way.
Right.
And I think
You
it's
wanna-
because you're
Yep,
so
you'll find the
broken right
wrong-
now.
Yes. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and allow people to paint false narratives of me because, Cheryl, what you are describing is that which is within you. Okay? I'm not broken. I'm not the one who believes that God's going to allow the devil to make the world worse than it is. I'm the one who's living in faith of the now, recognizing that only now matters. And right now, today, people have been worried about the future and past.
You've been in negotiations. Yeah. If
Yes,
you
sir.
were if you were the mediator of the negotiations between yourself and your family, whose turn is it, right? Because one side goes and then the other side goes and then the mediator comes back. Whose turn is it right now to speak with the mediator?
My ex-wife refused mediation. Actually, she refused to comply with the agreement we reached in mediation. And then when I tried the courts, I filed a motion of contempt against her because she was in violation of the parenting agreement. If it was today,
I'm not speaking
I don't
like
know.
specifically legally. I'm just saying like
I'm
in
the
the,
one-
the interactions between the two
Yeah.
parties, right?
Where we are now, I have been seeking conversations. Just that. I'm not asking for handouts. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not asking for anything other than conversations with people who I used to think they used to show me they loved me. And now they don't. And I don't know why. I don't know what has made me so fucking unforgivable and so worthless that I'm just thrown away like this. But see,
If
this
you
is
want-
what makes me think God is using me, because that's how people treat God.
You sound
God's
like
always
Cheryl.
there. What's that?
That sounds like Cheryl. Okay, well, let me just say this real quick before you kick me out. If fuck, where'd I go? Oh yeah. If I'm the mediator, I would say that you've made your statement, or what did I do? They've responded, and you want the same question asked again because you're not accepting the first one. If you want to change things, you'll have to adjust something because they're giving you a response and you're rejecting it. But it's their response.
Taylor, right. The response they gave me is that I'm worthless and that I'm crazy. Well, those are things they imagined. And I've been telling them,
That
no,
was
you're
their
wrong.
response
I'm not
verbatim.
crazy. You just
if
don't
they-
understand what I'm saying.
If that's what they told you, then they're just throwing shade. That's not a negotiation response. That's just an insult.
Right. That's what I mean. I have been accused and punished, and I've never been allowed professionally, and actually in some of the fucking, there's criminal charges pending against me too, apparently in some fashion. So I've heard. I've never had an opportunity to face my accusers in a fair fashion with a mediator, or as I've been saying, for 5 years, I've been seeking someone like me, someone who's willing to be a witness, to intervene in a disagreement and say, hey, what is true? An advocate for whatever is true, with a recognition that a father and son together is a benefit for the world, not a father and son apart.
Jack, let's not blow by these criminal charges. What supposed charges do you have coming at you?
International money laundering. It's
What?
fucking bullshit.
Wait, what? Okay.
Support of terrorism and international money laundering. Something like that.
Hey, Moose,
It was a mixed up. Here, it's all this bullshit. I'm telling you, God is using my life for a purpose.
Let's go. Bro, hold on. Spill. Let's hear.
No, it's a bullshit segue. It's a
sounds
red
like
herring
bullshit,
for what is
honestly.
important. It's one of the many accusations that have been
You
brought
gotta
against
fix
me
this.
without evidence.
They don't play with evidence as a rule. They play with assumption and presumption. So tell me what's going on, buddy.
That's more gangster than anything I
No,
was charged with.
I don't know. I don't know.
Who
What I
told
would
you that
love
this
to
was
do, hey,
happening?
Scott, tell you what, if anyone is willing, I'll share the details. Please help me investigate my story. I've got federal officials, I've got postal inspectors, I've got Office of the Inspector General, I've got postal managers, I've got psychiatrists and psychiatrists involved. Please help me investigate what the fuck is going on in my life.
Send me your paperwork, after whenever you want. You know how to get a hold of me. But this is if this is a real thing, then it really needs to be addressed first.
Please. It's
Jack, let's think about what you just brought up.
And it needs to be addressed probably not publicly as well.
Right. I agree. I agree with you. But what I'm going to say is that all the other things in the past don't rise to the level of this occasion. So the Dominics, the ex-wife, the things that are important to you, and they're important to all of us. Think about it. I mean, I'd love to see that for you, honestly. But how do you make that happen? That's the mystery. But here, taking care of some of these problems that are facing you right now and looking at them and grabbing the bull by the horns, you need to figure this out. I would not let it fucking sit around for long. It's not, well,
Scott, I can't worry about things that are not in my life. Now, I got some phone calls and I got whatever. They said that there was whatever. Until this shit comes into my life, or
it's not on your
until
doorstep.
I actually have some support. I don't care about
I
these.
mean, have you been charged? Have you received charges?
Sounds like an accusation.
I got a call from, I don't remember which was. Oh, I think I got a call from some guy. He claimed he was a federal agent of economic investigation, some bullshit. Anyway, he said that there was a proceeding, there was charges, and he put me in touch with an attorney they had assigned to me, some guy in New York.
That's
And
not how that works.
I don't. Hey,
I'm telling you that
Taylor,
you have to go.
You know what? This is what I mean. I don't know, and I don't give a
They asked
shit.
you for money.
I don't. Yeah, he tried getting $1,200 out of me, but
that was just.
It's a scam.
You know what? Great. So then we don't need to fucking talk about it. I didn't want to fucking talk about it anyway.
That's fine. We're looking out for you,
Jesus.
buddy. We're just.
It has nothing to do with anything that I'm doing.
It frees you up to do some more right now. I do believe you're a little more free than you were 5 minutes ago. Just
Guys,
my opinion.
Here's the thing. We can describe ourselves. I can describe me in a whole bunch of ways, but all I am today is a man just like all of you. I'm telling you, there's a lot of unanswered questions in my life, but the past struggles and right now the dark night of the soul that Cheryl was talking about, we go through these darkness, but we are here to help each other. And this is seriously, my heart has been fucking crushed over and over by the number of heartless, callous, just fucking uncaring people I've met. And they're not cruel. They're not cruel and harmful, causing me damage. They're just uncaring, just fucking. So this is what I realized. This is the world we live in. God has created a beautiful world for us to love and to share life with. And life is love. Or we can allow the satanic rules, you know, the division and egoic arguments to keep us distracted. Allow, you know, while we're arguing about our opinions of each other, there's families who have spent the day trying to figure out how they're going to keep their children warm for the night, how they're going to get their fucking children fed today.
That's a distraction, though.
It's not. It's a reality. It's part
It's not
of
your reality. It's not my reality. It's not his reality.
You're right.
It's a derivative reality. It's somebody else's
Fair enough.
reality that's not in touch.
Right.
We can't help them right now.
We could be doing things towards helping them. And that's the only reason I'm looking for people to join me. I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for a fan base. I'm looking for people who want to join and say, hey, what can we do? What can we do? What can I do from where I am with what I've got to try and create a better world? That's what I want to do.
And I can look around my life and I can find tons of things, more things than I have time for to absorb myself in, right? I don't need to look at the newspaper to know that there are starving Biafran children who would eat the rest of my bean soup. I think I'll help the things in my life that I can touch. I'll help the things in Jack's life or Scott's life that they can touch because I can touch them. But when you get to these derivative sort of like starving migrant children thing, it's just too derived.
Right. Hey, those people are in the back of my head. Okay. I go through my day, and as I have time, God, where may I serve? Where may I be of value? And I go through, if that comes across my day, I serve people as they come into my life. Sly Shy, you can really just.
It's amazing seeing her talking all that shit down there because she was, last time I saw her and you interact, she was all like trying to come live with you and get some of that dick. And
she's lying to herself. She's triggered by me, and she's blaming me for what she thinks.
it might be sexual tension, because I swear to God, she had the hots for you last time I saw you two interact.
I don't know. Hey, I'm ready to wrap up. I appreciate you guys.
Yep.
2 hours,
I think
though.
that's good. All right. Take it easy.
Flo, thank you, brother. Scott,
Hey.
anything on your way out?
Well, without getting kicked out, I mean, I would probably rather go backstage so I don't get fucking booted. Because I do want to talk to you for a minute.
All right, let's do this then. Brothers and sisters, thank you for joining in. I didn't mean for this to turn into my story about the family again. It's just part of my life, but frankly, it's a big part of my life. We all have families, we all have relationships. And the lesson I've learned, brothers and sisters, we're all here to learn from each other. We're all here to teach each other the lessons we learned from our past mistakes. And I've been open about my past mistakes. I raised my son without God. We didn't have God in our home. There was plenty of love, but I didn't understand love. There wasn't an intentional love, which is so needed. Intentional love is necessary for all of us. But it's got to start within. You got to love yourself. And see, this is the thing too. I was a broken man. I've been open about that. I was a broken man who raised my son, and I made mistakes. He became confused. But the problem is, this world is confused, and that's what God allowed me to learn. I've learned beyond the limited mind that I used to know, and as I've said, my mind and heart have been opened into the mystical part of life. And the mystical is that part, it's the essence, the unseen that expresses itself through form. The essence of life is love, and I have been working to fill myself with love. My frustration with Paul, I don't deserve his disrespect. No one deserves disrespect. It's not healthy. And all this negativity, all the negativity that we've been broadcasting, and, I'm trying to break the patterns of what has followed me over here from the Paul Enslaved. And I know many of you did come from the Paul Enslaved. I appreciate you. But this egoic negativity, constant competition, constant bashing, and, predicting of the worst, Satan is going to rule the world and we're going to get more destruction. And how stupid are we to allow that? Why would we allow it? Why? We're alive today. We can take actions today to create a better future for tomorrow. So I don't know why that's so confusing for everyone. Can't listen to those ideas because they come from Jack. No, don't make yourself a better world. Don't fill yourself with love. Don't ground yourself into Mother Nature. Don't fill yourself with inspiration and love and light. Go ahead, stay in darkness and live with fear. Or don't. Choose love, peace for everyone. Live without fear. God bless.